Hello and welcome to Nice and Blunt. My name is Adam Riancho, and today we're doing something different. No weed today, but roughly a half hour ago, I did take like almost 2 grams of mushrooms. I have some psychedelics with me at the moment, and we're gonna see how long this shit lasts, if it impacts the way this stream goes. I plan to do 2 drafts. Perhaps the second one is going to get weird, but at the very least, the first one probably isn't as impacted. It's starting to come on just like a bit, but like in general, about a half hour from now is when I think things might get crazy. So if you would like to take advantage, maybe this is going to help me. Maybe this is not going to go well at all for you, boy. But if you would like to join me, we will be hopping into an underdog draft right after the intro. All right, so especially knowing this thing might get a little stronger later on. Welcome, Jamie. We are on about like 1.5, 2 grams of mushrooms at the moment, as of 30 minutes ago. So we'll just see how that ramps up. Definitely, it'll pick up steam after I log off for sure. But should be fun. Should be nice. I am excited to see y'all's responses. I assume Shrooms is probably gonna win, but who knows? Maybe it won't. Good evening, Scott. Nice to see you yet again. Welcome in. And then Green Bean. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the tone of this week for me. I bought the psychedelics. We're gonna be popping them. And last night with the girlfriend, we had a nice little evening together. So yeah, that's just the tone of this week apparently. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it. So we're gonna do a big board first, and then depending on how this goes, how I'm feeling, maybe we'll do a little board after this. But if you would like to join the big board, actually, there's like a 3-second delay today. The delay is actually very, very minor. So I'm joined to my phone as I've shifted to the last week or so. That's definitely the move. We do not want to rug pull yet again. And I've hit the location errors like several times when I'm like off stream. So just going to make sure it works. Make sure we're in when I intend to. And yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. I've got the location on. We're all good. It is on the phone. So if you would like to hop into the big board, go ahead and hit that button right now, and I will be joining with you myself. I am hopping in. 8 more to start. We have time if you would like some of the smoke. Come and get it. 7 spots left. Should be an interesting draft at the very least. Welcome, Lolsimo. I saw you on Who Hame's channel. That was a fun stream and draft. I liked my team quite a bit in that lobby with y'all. And y'all had a good team too. That one was fun. But dream amount keeps you sharp. I mean, honestly, there are some like waves that you get into where like there's some sharp mental clarity, but then there's other times when you're like, where the fuck am I? The fuck is going on? And you're like in another dimension. So yeah, maybe we'll have some insights today, maybe some epiphanies while we're drafting, but it's also could go south very quickly. Okay, sweet, Jamie, appreciate it. I'll look into that. Yeah, I would love to have like a guest on like once a week, especially like leading up to the NFL draft and stuff, and then even beyond that as well this summer. I would like more episodes with other people, but in general on the stream it'll just be me. Especially at the moment, I don't know like StreamYard or all the other stuff technically well enough at the moment. I like just set up a StreamYard account. I do OBS, and OBS is not like ideal for bringing in a second person. So at the moment, the live streams are just going to be me. But Scott says the first time I ever did them, I didn't notice anything, so I kept eating more. Lo and behold, I ate a quarter ounce and I was a straight ass tripping. You can always have more, but you can never have less. That's the thing you got to remember. You can never have less whenever you take anything. So when I like buy something like that, especially if it's like from a new person that I don't know or like just a new item, like just a different strain or whatever, I'll always just take a little bit the first day. Like, let's just try this out. I definitely want to go deeper. I want a stronger dosage. But before I go too crazy, I'm just going to try one or two, depending on how small the gummies or, bites are. And then let my body kind of adjust to it. And then the next day, I'll go much, much deeper. And yeah, yesterday was dope. Today I'm taking just a little bit less, but not much less. And hopefully this goes well. But that team was pretty good. Other than the Jarquez Hunter pick, honestly, I liked it. But you got to mix in some randos in the 20th round. You gotta take some flyers on guys that are going undrafted who have like, a path for success. You can't tell me that like the Rams backup running back might not have a lot of value. Like last year, everyone was drafting Jarquez, and then this year, no one's drafting him. But last year, Corum was the one you wanted. So I don't think they drafted him for no reason, but definitely Jarquez Hunter in round 20 is rather random, but much, much deeper. I mean, as long as you have some depth to give, you want to go as deep as possible. Day one is just the tip. But once you get a feel for it, we got to go deeper. Anyway, Bijan goes to the 2. I'd be very happy with a Gibbs team here, but odds are we don't get it. Gibbs does go. That's fine. I'm a little low on Jamar Chase exposure. I rarely get like pick 4 specifically, so that's fine. I feel like the top 5 are locked in, especially the top 4. Not going to be upset with Jamar Chase there. We could all use an extra inch. Everyone, there's no one that would pass for an extra. But in general, we're pretty happy with what we got. Yeah, pretty much everyone was wrong about the Hunter pick. It was like we thought Blake Corum was like such a shit. I'm already feeling it. Come on, I'm already feeling it. Shit. We thought Blake Corum was such a bust, and we were dead wrong on that. So all we need is like a Kyron injury. You know what I'm saying? Like if Kyron goes down, we're probably gonna get some value here. But I haven't seen Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Is that like the extension of Game of Thrones? Anyways, if you're in here with me, we got 15 people, 5 likes. Hit that like button for me as you hop on in. Hopefully this team goes well. Hopefully the shrooms do not derail this podcast. But gotta lock in. Got to lock the fuck in. Every now and then, just ride the wave. But Bill Bratsky in here. Love the avatar here, man. Mr. Marsh up here with the biggest balls of them all. It was ectoplasm. Episode 2. Yeah, I don't watch I don't have HBO anymore. I haven't had HBO in a minute. So I have not seen the spin-off to Game of Thrones. But the way that Game of Thrones ended, like it just left so many things to be desired. Like it was just such a poor like execution of like tying up loose ends from a series. Like all the battle sequences in that final season were fucking awesome. Like the battle against the Night King, that episode was great. Okay, we have Jamar Chase here. F it. We're gonna go Chase Brown. And maybe we'll grab T. Higgins in round 3. Maybe we set up just a major Joe Burrow stack. We have a third Bengal right here. We've got more Bengal trying to elude me. Does not want to be on camera. But it's been about times that we've done like just a heavy Cincinnati Bengal team, and then there's no way we're gonna get T. Higgins to circle back in the 4th. So might have to reach on him a little bit if that's the calling. But if we get a good value at running back, that's probably where I'll go. I don't hate round 4 wide receiver values, but in general, like the 3rd round wide receivers feel like they're going to crush. Other than Rashee Rice with his situations, like he's inevitably going to fall. He's going to definitely plummet at some point. But I feel pretty confident with all of the wide receivers in round 3. Nico Collins goes. That would have been a fine pick. I've been starting to click Olave a little bit more, but F it. T. Higgins has been falling to the other side of the board quite often, but we're going to grab him here. Gotcha. There were like moments on Game of Thrones, especially like season 4, season 5, like when Tyrion has his like jury trials, is on trial. That season is fucking awesome. That season is such good acting, such good storytelling, and like some of the themes in those episodes of like, you know, like father-son relationships and like Oberyn Martell trying to get revenge for his sister against the Mountain. Like, I mean, at the very least, just watching King Joffrey die in like the 2nd episode or at the top of the season. Spoiler alert, as if you didn't fucking know. That is one of my favorite seasons. That is such a good season. So Game of Thrones was like peak television for a very long time, and then they just botched the landing so hard. It is like hard to kind of go back to it. But yeah, I can see how they can find a groove there and have like peak television, especially with like, don't they have like more dragons in that one? But honestly, the dragons aren't even the best part of that show. Like, it's dope from like a special effects standpoint, but like some of the best scenes are just like 2 or 3 people talking. You know, like I've seen like a breakdown of this on YouTube, but like the introduction of the Lannister dad, Tywin, he's like gutting a deer, and like he's like butchering a deer in his like opening scene, and like just the visual alone, it feels like he's like they literally brought like a real deer on set. The thing looks so authentic. But just that actor's delivery and like just what they're talking about, like that show is so good. I went back and watched it like last year and I really enjoyed it. And then once I got to like the final season, I kind of dipped. But that show was so good. So effing good. Gotcha. I mean, at least so far it's interesting. We're just leaning into the Bengals. I might as well put on my fucking Bengal costume at this point. If we get Joe Burrow, maybe I'll put on the Bengal suit, the tiger suit. But we're gonna have to require him to fall in the 6th. I'm not gonna reach on Burrow for this team. It feels a little essential, but I've also disincentivized anyone else from taking him unstacked. And it seems like in general, the quarterbacks have been kind of falling sometimes. So I'm gonna go Colston Loveland, especially with no stack. The quarterback in round 6 sometimes tends to fall. So I'll go Loveland. I've been trying to take a little bit more early tight end. And then I've also been in some odd rooms sometimes where teams are investing kind of heavily in tight end, and Loveland is capable of literally finishing as the tight end one by like a wide margin. It's I'm not gonna guarantee that, but it's definitely possible, and I definitely don't want to be underweight Colston Loveland. He can absolutely pay off at this price. So we'll take Loveland. Don't love the running backs there on the board. I found out today, I checked my exposures. DeAndre Swift is officially my highest drafted player. DeAndre Swift in the 5th round. I consider him like such a tier break at the position. He's going at the end of this round, so I think I'll pass. I don't have a lot of RJ Harvey, but I kind of want to adopt a few more like anchor running back, hero running back, whatever you want to call it. And while Chase Brown maybe isn't like the most ideal candidate to do that with, let's mix it in here. Let's go a little bit different. We have Jamar Chase, Chase Brown, T. Higgins, Colston Loveland, Carnell Tate, and odds are we do not get Joe Burrow, but if there wasn't just a major target, just a huge advertisement, once you look at my team on the board, the assumption is definitely I will be taking Joe Burrow at pick 69. I mean, if that's what happens, I'll go full tiger costume. So if you're watching and that's what you would like to see, shrooms and the tiger costume all in one. Let me have Joe Burrow. Let me have Joey Burr at pick 69. Let it happen. But yo, Who Hames is in here. What's up, man? Posted a video earlier today with Who Hames. We recorded that on Tuesday. A little bit of edits in there, just a few, but that was a fun team we drafted. Tried to find the right stack with Josh Allen, and if you're interested, there's a little Q&A with Who Hames as well at the top, and I had fun making that. Hopefully I can get some more guests on the show, but definitely Who Hames will be back on the channel at the very least around like draft time, NFL draft, so to speak. And ideally, we can get some more guests as well. But let me know what y'all think of this team so far. We have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Carnell Tate at receiver with Chase Brown and Colston Loveland. No, Jamie. Sadly, they were not real dragons. The shrooms I can connect with. The rainbow has been corrupted these days. But the shrooms are good. Oh, okay, they're separate shows. Right. There's House of the Dragon and then Seven Kingdoms. Gotcha. Gotcha. Seven Kingdoms is almost more comedy than drama. You know, have you ever heard that Ralphie May joke about about the rainbow? Yo, shout out Ralphie May, one of my favorite comedians who is sadly not with us, RIP, but like such a gem, such a good mind, and like so effing sharp. Literally like would never pull punches regardless of like what community you're with. Literally made fun of everyone like hardcore. Like some of his jokes are really gonna burn. If he was still going today, like he would have been canceled like 3 fucking times. But that dude was fucking hilarious. And like I don't want to butcher the joke. Sweet, we fucking get it. We fucking get it. Hell effing yeah. Joe Burrow, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I gotta take my shoes off to get into this fucking thing, but we're going full tiger. Damn, I got like boots on. This is gonna take a minute, but probably for the best. We got another pick coming up, but definitely putting on the tiger costume for this team. Gotta go full vibes. I love how this room draft is going. Let's fucking go. All right. After this pick, I'll go full screen. But full Bengals stack on this roster. Fucking love it. We have Loveland, so definitely not going to take Fan in here. But they take Fannin for us. Should I just go Jalen Warren? I mean, it's not the end of the world. I don't love every receiver in this round. Pick 76, minor fall on Jalen Warren. Fine. Yeah, we're getting Mike McCarthy. You'd think they might draft like an offensive lineman if they keep Rodgers, but all right. There we go. There we go. Full Bengals team. Okay. Jamar Chase, Chase Brown, T. Higgins with Joe Burrow. Fucking hell yeah. Let's fucking go. With Loveland, Jalen Warren, and Carnell Tate. Fuck yeah. If there was ever a time to put this on, this is the team. I feel like I've said that like 6 fucking times. Ralphie was hilarious. I met Josh Blue one time. We got high together in Aspen. Josh Blue's the man. Josh Blue's hilarious too. Such a bummer that Ralphie May and why is he Patrice O'Neal? Those two comedians left us way, way too soon, both in like their 40s. And I mean, you got to take care of your body, like such a warning, but like legitimately hilarious people. I'd recommend, if you don't know Ralphie May, open another tab of YouTube and just search Ralphie May rainbow joke. Ralphie May rainbow. Have I ever watched This Is Not Happening? Yeah, I have definitely watched it. It's okay. Sometimes I feel like some of their stories are kind of overrated and like drag on a long time, but yeah, that's a good show. Definitely some fun laughs watching that. I think that's where I first saw Mark Normand, and I like Mark Normand quite a bit. I think I first saw him on that before I saw him on like Rogan, but I know he's not like everyone's favorite comedian. He's got some great zingers. The way his mind works needs to be studied. But who are we looking at? Oh, damn. If Tucker Kraft circles back, I really doubt it with these two teams in front of me. Sweetleaf only has 2 receivers, so maybe they're not going to risk it here. But damn, Tucker Kraft still on the... Oh, I have Loveland. Fuck. Am I really going to take Kraft? I mean, that's definitely the best pick here. A full 11 pick fall. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Give me Tucker Kraft. Jordan Love might be the pick there, but should I do that? If I take Jordan Love here, I might just need to stop. Diggs keeps falling. I'm not that high on Diggs. we're high on shrooms today, but I don't think Diggs is like. I mean, 10 pick discount. I guess. I guess so. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think it's wise to go like double elite tight end and like also invest highly on quarterback like that. I mean, our receivers are pretty good, but we got Diggs to fall dramatically. I'm down for that. The team with Drake May passed on him for Chuba, but I guess at that price there was no discount at all. That's where he just normally goes. Anyways, so here's the team. We have Jamar Chase, Chase Brown, T. Higgins, all stacked up with Joe Burrow. We also have Colston Loveland, Carnell Tate, Tucker Kraft at pick 93 is such a value, such a good pick where he's normally going. So to get him 10 picks later feels like a steal. And then we also have Diggs and Jalen Warren. I have Joe Rogan's early DVD when he did the high as a giraffe pussy joke. I don't think I've heard that one. I'll be honest with you. I don't think Joe Rogan is like the best comedian. Like he's fine, but you'll watch his special and I feel like a special isn't always like the best way to like watch a comedian. But those are supposed to be, his best jokes. And some of them are good. I'm not trying to say he sucks. But I just don't think that's the reason why he's, considered in like held in such high esteem. Like his podcast is elite. His podcast is where it's at. But like I don't view Joe Rogan as like the funniest comedian. Like if you ask me who are my, even top 10 comedians, I don't think Joe Rogan's going to be on that list. It's not even going to cross my mind really. But comedy, any art form is just subjective, like just because you like someone and think that they're awesome, like in art, like everyone's opinion is different. And even if you don't get the joke, like there's nothing wrong with that either. Damn, Jordan Love might circle back. If Jordan Love's there, I'll probably take. No, he gets sniped by OPP Luke, the op. Yeah, I had the Christian Watson stack. I'm surprised they didn't go Tucker Kraft. They went Chuba Hubbard instead of Tucker Kraft there. Okay, but I don't know if they were setting up. I think Denzel Boston here just might be the pick, but we're also getting a really good price on Baker Mayfield. I do think Baker's a really, really great value. So his ADP is 109. We get him 117. I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. Favorite all-time comedian is George Carlin. Carlin is the GOAT. Carlin's awesome. And there was a point in time when like you start watching Carlin and like you can clearly tell he just got old and like did not give a fuck, man. He was saying some really deep shit. Not necessarily like even jokes, just like just dropping bars. George Carlin was awesome. Definitely an inspiration. Norm Macdonald, yo, RIP as well. RIP. Fantasy Football Garage, welcome in, man. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. It took them about an hour ago. Just under like 2 grams, about a gram and a half, 1.7 maybe. Something like that. Pepper Tony, not first today, but always fimpsed. Welcome in, man. Nice to see you. Gotta try something, man. And look what we set up. Look what we fucking set up. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Chase Brown. This quad Bengals stack. We didn't start the stream with the tiger costume on, but it's so appropriate. Is Amit available? No, I don't think so. I should probably just take Jonah Coleman, but honestly, I would rather have Kenny Gainwell. Let's Let's make the bet that Kenny Gainwell leaves the Steelers and Jalen Warren is the man. I mean, even if Gainwell just comes back, they work well together. They split that backfield pretty good, and like they were both really good picks last year from a return on investment standpoint. If they're not together, we could have an even better production. But I think just how this team was, I needed running back there. We only have Chase Brown, Jalen Warren, and we're hitting the point of the draft where like running back is really about to fly off the board. And with this long turn, watch everyone that I want leave my sights. So we are high a little bit. I definitely feel it at this point in time. This is when I expected to really feel it. I took them around like 4:55, 5 o'clock. So like around 6 was definitely the moment when we'd definitely be taking off. But yeah, got to drink some water. Got to stay hydrated. I know, man. It's tough. It's been like 3 years since I've had some. My cousin used to be into growing it on his own, but like just a little bit too like into it, you know. Sometimes people can be like way too into it. And there's nothing wrong with that, but like uh yeah, I think those days are over. I don't think he's got them easily available at this point in time, but I could be wrong. Anyways, um found someone. It's I got one pack of gummies and then I got another pack of chocolate. Both like an eighth. But yeah. Terrence McKenna, one of my idols as well. Man, in college, I loved Terrence McKenna. Holy shit. If y'all don't know Terrence McKenna, what a like prophet practically. Like just listen to some of Terrence McKenna's talks and like some of the stuff he talks about like the future especially. This man was on some shit in the 90s that very much applies to today and like how the world has changed since then. We could get Dobbins here. That'd be nice. Sweet. I'll take Dobbins for sure. Yeah, a running back room in these rounds, in round 11 and 12, I hammer Kenny Gainwell and J.K. Dobbins quite often. So for Dobbins to circle back, didn't expect it, happily going to take it. We were limited invested into running back in the first place. So that's definitely the pick. But I can probably move off running back now. Bryce Young's interesting, but honestly, I really think Rashid Shaheed is a smash pick. From a spike week standpoint, love Rashid Shaheed. And even if he stays in Seattle, he's going to be a better pick than Travis Hunter is. No offense to NJ Pilot there at the 101. I understand clicking Travis Hunter every now and then. But Rashid Shaheed, I think, is much, much more interesting. Honestly, yes. But we are getting good values. We are getting some good falling prices. Like the Baker click, that was awesome. Even unstacked, that's an excellent click in my opinion. Kenny Gainwell, J.K. Dobbins, two of my favorite running backs in this range of the draft, and then Rashid Shaheed at a good value. I needed receiver. We only had Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Carnell Tate, and Stephon Diggs. So Shaheed is the fifth with like legitimately a 20-point spike week, like almost once a month, if not twice a month. You're getting a 18, 20-point game out of Shaheed. He's used down the field, and I doubt he's going to move along in free agency to somewhere that only uses him in the special teams department like the Seahawks did. That was kind of like the main reason they traded for Shaheed, for his special teams skill set. But we saw him play really well with the Saints alongside Olave. I could see that happen again easily. Like, it's easy to project him in Las Vegas given the Clint Kubiak connection, but I could definitely see that. They have a lot of cap space, so that would make sense. He's got a ring now, so probably going to get overpaid a little bit. In general, when a free agent just won a Super Bowl, they're going to get a lot of money, whether they deserve it or not. They usually deserve it, but maybe not. I wouldn't pay like 20 million for Shaheed, but if he got like 13, 14, I think that'd be very appropriate. That I feel like that's like the minimum. Watch him sign like 15 mil somewhere. Oh, I forgot we have like a stacked tight end room as well. Colston Loveland, Tucker Kraft at tight end is fucking awesome. Totally forgot about that. Op Luke, still no tight end. Goes Tyjae. Interesting. Could go Braylon. This is a team that kind of needs running back soon. The team after me only has 3 running backs, so yeah, I could definitely go with Braylon. But Booty's a good price here. Nah, I'm just gonna go Braylon. They're probably gonna franchise Brees, so he doesn't quite offer the RB1 upside anymore, but he was looking pretty solid before he got hurt. They were using him a decent amount, especially on the goal line. He was the goal line back, so Braylon for some touchdown spikes. I'm not sure I like that pick as much these days, now that I think about it. Maybe I should have passed on Braylon. All right. This is definitely a Jalen McMillan team, but did he already get taken? Did somebody grab Jalen McMillan from me? Damn, he went to Sweet Leaf at 164. Fuck. That's a bummer. In that case, I do like Kamari DK in this range a lot. But I think I'm going to go Omar Cooper Jr. at 172. Don't think he'll come back around. Doubt it. And he's slowly becoming one of my most drafted players. I'm at like 23% Omar Cooper last I checked. So I'm fine steaming that up a little bit. I think especially after the combine, he could be a big riser if he performs well. Obviously, landing spot will be critical, but I think especially once you hit like round 12 and later, if there are rookies that you have strong takes on, a lot of those rounds just blend together. And if we were in like an auction format, these might be like $1 guys across the board, especially after round 12. In an auction, everyone's just $1. So take whoever the fuck you want. Why would I like him? Well, Who Hames fucking loves him. Who Hames makes me sad that I didn't take him when he was going like in the round 19, round 20 more. I clicked them a little bit, but I just didn't feel confident enough in my rookie takes back then. And now round 15 feels very appropriate, especially with the long-term circling back. But it feels like Surratt and Omar Cooper Jr. going back-to-back is absolutely the way it should be. And then they could both also like be taken a couple rounds higher. Correct. But you have to take some stances, man. You got to take some shots. Like, otherwise, why are you even drafting at this time at all? If you're not going to assume that you know something better than the average crowd and that you can like kind of predict what will happen a little bit. Like, that's the whole fucking point of drafting today. There are so many variables, and like While obviously we're going to get some of these predictions wrong, you have to have strong takes to merit drafting right now. That's why everyone that you enter a lobby with these days has a badge. I mean, Sweetleaf might not have a badge, but he's in half the lobbies with us watching not just me, but a bunch of other creators. I'm sure Sweetleaf will have his badge very soon at this rate. And King of QC's in here quite a bit. Green Bean's in here quite a bit. We see Natball at the 12. We have quite a few names I recognize. So a lot of sharp people at this point. You got to risk it. You got to take some chances. But Omar Cooper Jr., this team, I think, needed a rookie. I haven't drafted a single rookie since Carnell Tate. Team needed a rookie. But Tank Bigsby goes. That's probably a good for me. I have way too much Tank Bigsby at this point. Chimeri DK, someone I considered with our last pick, still on the board. Michael Penix also falling. I've gotten Penix at like pick 200, so I'm willing to take a shot that he falls again. But my receiver room is actually really solid. Actually, no, I'll just take the falling value on Penix. Pick 189 for Penix. ADP 170. Could push it a little bit more, but nah, fuck that. The team behind me has Bo Nix and CJ Stroud. I'm sure they were at least in the market. Drake London. Damn, Op Luke has made some interesting passes so far. They have London and they already had Cam Ward as the third, but they passed on Penix again. I'm sure that was probably a little bit tough to do, but to stack up Cam Ward, I like the price on Gunnar Helm. That's a fine click. I'm not going to blame him. But to take A.D. Mitchell, that I'm not so sure is a good click. I mean, I already took Braylon Allen. I'm definitely not taking another Jet. But I kind of regret the Braylon Allen pick significantly, in all honesty. If there's one pick I could have back on this team, it would be Braylon Allen. But I guess this room is just going to force me to take Chimeri DK, unless Polo here does take him. No, it goes Pacheco. Wow, interesting. I guess I have to. Pick 196, we get Chimeri DK at ADP 175. Nice value. I literally had DK in consideration where we took Omar Cooper Jr., so that feels like the move in round 17 for sure. A good pick. Where he's normally going, but especially at this price, 100% endorse it. I'm not sure I get the reference, honestly. But I consider some of these guys definitely some boom potential. Like Shaheed is a boom guy. I was gonna say 15 mil. Yeah, that seems like what I'll probably sign for. That's about what OTC has him projected. Yeah. Most likely around 15 mil. But maybe someone's just gonna get trigger happy because he got the ring and maybe overspend. Tutu did get 10. Yeah. Fair point. The receiver market's kind of crazy. It's ridiculous that you would give Tutu Atwell 10 mil, but like DeAndre Swift makes 8. You know what I'm saying? Like that feels insane. Especially with how many fucking receivers come in out of the draft every year. Feels ridiculous. Yes. Sweetleaf, I guess, must have just joined Underdog in the last like calendar year or something. But I see Sweetleaf in like everyone's live stream, it seems. Maybe it's time for a smoke break, but honestly, I don't have any flour on me actually. This week is all about the shrooms. Ran out and then went the gummy department. Also might be doing a detox soon, so I'm trying to give my lungs a break. Trying to give my lungs a break. I grew up with asthma, and while like asthma is something that you can like grow out of during puberty, that's what happened to me. Every now and then I will get a little wheezy, and it was just happening a little bit more than I would like in recent weeks. Nap God, let's do a war room. I believe the war room has closed. I believe the war room is full. I would be interested, but I'm like 98% sure it's shut down so far. I'm not going to take Caleb Johnson. Not with this team. I could go Kate Otten. We don't have... actually, no. I think I'm going to go Jacoby Lane. Give me another swing at receiver. We have some strong receivers, at least at the top, with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. So give me Jacoby Lane, hoping for just a good landing spot. Definitely a name I'm fine clicking. And like I said with Omar Cooper Jr., rookies at this stage might be steaming up the board soon, depending on how they perform at the combine. There's going to be some that might be like 4 rounds more expensive in just a couple weeks. So let's go Jacoby Lane. If I'm not mistaken, a USC receiver, unless I'm thinking of someone else. But oh, I'm on the wrong website. USC? Jeez, why do I get this every fucking time on this website? That's so strange. About to be on the clock. We'll go back to that. Dontavian Wicks. This is a room I need running back probably badly. A little bit of interest in Jaden Blue, but in the mood to take rookies. Let's go Damon Claiborne for a swing. But yeah, Jacoby Lane, all 3 years at USC. So Lincoln Riley receiver. As a sophomore, had 12 touchdowns. That's pretty dope. He's declaring as a junior, so I love to see that. Did have a bit of dip in production last year, but more catches in fewer games. Touchdowns fell dramatically, but plays alongside Mekhi Lemon, who's getting all the hype. So perhaps we're just sleeping on this other USC receiver a little bit, but every stat went up other than touchdowns last year. Not bad. I would like to see his game log real quick before we move on. But some big games here, like 3 for 91 and a touchdown, 30 yards per catch. Week after that against Purdue, at Purdue, 3 for 115, 38 yards per reception. Against Michigan, 5 for 35 and a touchdown. Against Notre Dame, 6 for 111 and a touchdown on the road. And then against Northwestern, had 7 for 74 and a touchdown. 7 for 65 against Iowa. And then against Oregon, 6 for 108. So has some big games. Not a scrub, that's for sure, especially as a junior as well. Love to see that. Anytime a prospect is declaring as a junior, especially at wide receiver, I'm a little bit more excited. Just on that basis alone. It's a big deal to dominate at the age of 19 compared to like 23, 24. Because you're playing against older people as well when you're a freshman or a sophomore. So to break out at such an early age, that's a very good indication. You just have what it takes. So, did I say yeah, Jacoby. Have I tried Mad Honey before? I have not, but I've heard something interesting about Mad Honey, where supposedly it was like a weapon of war. Like in, like, let's say Pakistan, hypothetically, that area of the globe. Sometimes there would be like women that would like gift like visitors Mad Honey that they were like wanted to kill. Tyson Bagent off the board by Green Bean. Damn. Haven't seen a Tyson Bagent sighting. Secret Bagent man. Okay. Aaron Rodgers slipping, but don't think I'm going to take Rodgers. I think I need a running back on this team. We have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Carnell Tate, Stephon Diggs, Rashid Shaheed, Omar Cooper Jr., Chimeri DK, Jacoby Lane. I think that's fine. And then a insane investment in the Bengals. And now we are on the clock. Jaden Blue circles back. I have not clicked much Jaden Blue. I will take Jaden Blue here. Let's do it. Our running back room is not the most exciting. And our tight end room is fucking awesome. So I was totally fine stopping it too. Shit. The wave, a new wave just hit. Okay, here's the full team. We have Joe Burrow, Baker Mayfield, and Michael Penix. We got Penix 20 picks past ADP. Baker roughly 8 picks past ADP, and then Burrow 5 picks past ADP. So all a decent dip in ADP. And then our Joe Burrow selection had us put on the Bengal costume, the Tiger costume. We have Chase Brown, Jalen Warren, and Kenny Gainwell. Hopefully Kenny G does move on in free agency, free up Warren to be the man there in Pittsburgh. But even if he returns to the Steelers, I'm fine having both because it's good to have like the ping pong effect of like 1 week Warren scores a touchdown. The next week Kenny Gainwell scores a touchdown. When one of them is not as effective, we have the other to hit our lineup. Also got J.K. Dobbins at a solid discount, 7-pick fall. That was really a gift in my opinion. Needed a solid 4th running back. And then I really regret clicking Braylon Allen, honestly. I don't think I'm ever going to do it again. I do not recommend it, especially if they do indeed lock down Breece Hall in free agency. But you never know. Maybe Breece does leave and Braylon is really valuable. Then we have Damon Claiborne for just an upside swing. I feel like this running back room needed a rookie. And then Jaden Blue, a player I had some faith in last year, but just never panned out. We got him to fall 17 picks, but in the final rounds, who cares? You know, that's not something I'm going to brag about. Around 20, you know, he almost went undrafted. So big fucking whoop. But then at receiver, our full stack with Burrow has Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. That's what warranted the Tiger costume, 100%. Carnell Tate, probably going to be an elite option. Definitely drafted top 7. And if he goes to like the Commanders with Jaden Daniels, he's probably going to rise if that's the case. If he goes to New Orleans, I think he'd also rise for that. But then I don't think he really falls. If he's with the Chiefs, holy shit. If he makes it to the Chiefs, watch the fuck out. Chiefs are drafting at 9. I'd be pretty shocked if Carnell Tate's still on the board. But if he's a Chief, we might literally be swapping him with Rashee Rice in the ADP. I could see Carnell Tate move up to the 3rd round. Ohio State wide receiver with Mahomes. Yeah, that could definitely happen. Interesting that Rodgers just went straight up undrafted in this lobby. Almost wish I didn't take Penix there. But back to my team breakdown. We have Carnell Tate as our 3rd. Also have Stephon Diggs, Rashid Shaheed, Omar Cooper Jr., Chimeri DK, and Jacoby Lane. And then the reason we're able to kind of overload the running back room a little bit is because we got elite tight ends. I think with the guys that we have, we really don't need a 3rd. Colston Loveland, totally a legit pick where he goes as the tight end 3 in the 4th round. Would be far happier with Loveland over Burden in that range. And then Tucker Kraft, we got 11 picks past ADP. Damn. We almost got the Jordan Love stack as well. We were 2 clicks away from getting Jordan Love at 117. But that team with Christian Watson, Luke, did snipe us. But it's really not a snipe. He fell dramatically. It's not a snipe at all. Totally a justified, warranted pick. Good selection. I'm fine with Baker there, where we got him. But yeah, this team is heavily invested in the Bengals. And that worked in the past. BBM winner 2 years ago had just like nothing but Bengals on their team. So worth trying every now and then. I don't know if I would pull up T. Higgins with Chase Brown so heavily that often. But definitely the first time I've done it on the live stream, definitely worth the shot, and definitely on shrooms. I'm glad it went this way. I'm glad we ended in the tiger costume. But we're gonna do one more. We're gonna do one more, and honestly, I don't feel like I'm peaking too much. Apologies if somebody wanted a breakdown. Actually, I'll go back just for a few seconds. If you would like a team review, please drop it now. Please let me know. Now or never. But if we do not get any requests to do a team review, then we'll just move on. I don't want to linger too much. Jamie, I don't know what's going on, but is this intentional? This like spiral loading thing? Or is this just what I see on my end? Because it's something didn't go correctly. Green Bean would not mind a team review. Yeah, I almost moved on too quickly there. Yeah, maybe you're doing this. Okay, yeah, it's totally intentional. Okay. Green Bean at the 108. Let's take a look at his team. He goes Amon-Ra, Jeremiah Love, Kyron Williams, Travion Henderson. A little early on Travion. I've seen him fall to the 5th sometimes, but I like his upside from a best ball standpoint, so a justified selection anywhere around 4. Jordan Tyson definitely felt a desire to hit wide receiver. Don't blame you. Jordan Tyson I also like quite a bit. I think he might be better than Mekhi Lemon. I think they're all going in this round appropriately, but Tyson, I haven't quite whittled it down. I'm waiting for the combine to really like hammer down my official rookie ranks, but I might have Tyson at number 2. It's possible. It's nitpicking though. It's really not that big of a difference. Marvin Harrison at pick 65. Quentin Johnston, one of my favorite picks on the board, honestly. I think in this range where wide receiver feels really gross, I like QJ a lot. I like Ricky Pearsall as well, but I don't like the Parker Washington click at all. Alec Pierce is interesting, but so many variables right now. I'm definitely team QJ above Alec Pierce right now. And then Michael Wilson fell dramatically in this range, but typically Michael Wilson would go in the 7th, and I'm also a QJ supporter over Michael Wilson. You even took Pittman over Michael Wilson, but at QB we got back in with Goff at pick 104 with the Amon-Ra selection. It makes a lot of sense. That team with JMO was over there at 12, so very, very justified. Needed quarterback badly. And then Emmett Johnson, good click. Tyrone Tracy, not bad at all. Sam Darnold at a good value. 12th round Darnold. Don't hate that. I don't understand why people were taking Malik Willis and Kyler Murray over Darnold. Like, I guess there's the rushing upside, but like we legitimately don't know if Kyler or Malik Willis will be a starter at all. Like in my mind, they're both backups right now. Malik Willis, I don't think is one of the most coveted free agents, but I do think he'll probably sign and have a shot to start somewhere. So I think he's a fine click, but when you have Darnold available, I don't get it. I'm 100% clicking Darnold way over Malik Willis or Kyler Murray. I know the rushing value, I guess, is the only big reason why, but awesome value on Darnold. Mark Andrews in the 13th, your first tight end, so I get it. I can't quite tell if he's like a steal or someone I really just am not interested in, because he doesn't give you yardage. That's the problem with Andrews. He doesn't give you yards. He just gives you touchdowns. He'll like max out at like 45 yards half the time. Like, there's a reason he goes this late, because he's just kind of washed. Not washed. I shouldn't say that. He's not washed, but he's just not the same player anymore. And yards wise, he's just not really doing it. Like, I am not embellishing. Okay, there's only one other game. He had 91 yards and 2 touchdowns against Detroit, but otherwise his max in the yards department was literally 47. I'm not embellishing when I say that. He's not someone I've been drafting a lot of. And like, especially when you don't get a touchdown, that's worthless. That is fucking worthless. 1 for 9, 2 for 18, 2 for 21. Like, fuck that shit. But you also have games with 2 touchdowns. So, like, if this 6 for 91 and two touchdowns had happened in week 17, then Andrews would be going way, way higher. But, like, in general, he's not that valuable. But you also take Isaiah Likely. I like that quite a bit because if Likely goes anywhere else, then Andrews probably gets back to like full capacity. Probably not that much better than what I was just showing you, but we at least don't have to worry about Isaiah Likely anymore. So I like grabbing both. Excuse me. I'm coming around on Katron Allen. Like I was saying, with all the rookies going after, like especially around 12, they're probably going to move up the board. They're probably the better investments. Like maybe they're not as talented, but if they get a landing spot that's good, they could really, really smash. I don't think it applies as much at running back though as it does wide receiver, because like with receiver, you might get someone drafted like late round 1 in the NFL draft, so this is what I'm talking about, that goes to a really ideal situation. You know, like you could get drafted by the Bills. You could get drafted by the Ravens, who aren't, picking in the 20s this year, but like that's also a good spot. Who else? The Seahawks, I think, are also a really sneaky landing spot for a wide receiver. Running back, you might fall to the 3rd, even if you're really talented. Like, they're just not that draft capital given to the running back position like there is wide receiver. So I do want to be clicking Katron a little bit more often personally, but I haven't taken a ton of him. But I think he's a fine pick. Love the Torrey Horton selection. That's my boy, especially with Darnold. That's a fire pick. Keon Coleman, I don't want to write him off entirely, but for him to be a healthy scratch multiple times is just not a good sign. Could be an absolute 0, but one more year before I totally write him off. It's fine this late for sure. Mike Washington, also some upside, a rookie this late. Malachi Fields, also good click. I've been trying to mix him in. And then you're the one that took Tyson Bagent. Did you just take Bagent for the memes? Like, I legitimately don't see how Bagent offers any value. I hate the Bagent pick. Not going to sugarcoat it. Fucking hate the Bagent selection, but it was funny. It was funny. I guess if Caleb goes down, then you have someone that nobody else has. It's just unique. But I wouldn't assume that Caleb's going to miss time. I wouldn't do this often. But round 20, I guess who cares? Yeah, that's my take on the draft. Had a strong investment at running back early on. And I think the run on receiver was very justified. I don't know if you needed the 7th RB though. That may have been a little excessive because you have a lot of rookies here. You have Jeremiah Love, Emmett Johnson, Katron Allen, Mike Washington. Like a lot of rookies. But I guess the more darts in that regard, the better. There's only a few landing spots that really matter. And I guess the more darts you have, the better. But first share of Andrews through 30 drafts. I don't think I've taken him once. Now that I really think about it, that's probably wrong. I should take him at least once or twice. But I get it. And then Aja Beja is getting interest from Arizona. That would be notable. Okay. Very interesting. I didn't realize he was a free agent. I thought he had one more year with Chicago. Anyways, that'll be it for the team reviews. No one else requested one, so we will move on and we will hop into our second big board of the evening, and this is definitely going to be our final draft. Before I hit the button officially, let me pull it up on my phone actually. Yeah, I definitely want to hit it on the phone. I've been getting the location error so many fucking times on my computer, so I'm ready if you are. There's a very minor delay last I checked. So if you want to hit that button right now, I will be hitting it as well. And I am entering one more spot. The lobby is full. The lobby has filled very quickly. So that's just how it goes sometimes. Did I hit the little board? Is that No, I'm in the big board. On the phone, I'm in the big board. Looks like I got another pick at the end. We got pick 9 again. I've been getting a lot of like 8 or 9. Uh, all right. Hopefully, a very strong wave of these shrooms doesn't hit me. It's possible, man. If I close my eyes, I can feel it so strongly. But I have so many lights on me right now that actually, like, I'm gonna turn one of them off. Honestly. I'll leave this one on, but I'm also gonna dim it. Yeah, I I need less like screen exposure at this moment in time. It's not the best lighting, but I think it's very appropriate for the shrooms. Honestly, I'm gonna turn the one behind me off. Fully entering the void. I recommend if anyone's doing shrooms, maybe you're someone that likes to do them at like a rave or like some type of concert or something, but that's really not where I ever want to do them. That feels like a terrible place, person. Like for what I want to experience, I do not want to be in public very much, especially at a rave surrounded by a ton of strangers that I don't know. I know other people are also like tripping and stuff, but like that's just not personally. That's not my vibe. Perfectly fine if that's your vibe, but I recommend at least trying to take them alone or with your trip buddy in your room in the dark and like just close your eyes. Like legitimately what you will see is so much more interesting, and like the inner world that are able to tap into, so much more interesting than some of the light shows that might be presented to you. But I've also never done that. I've been to raves before, but I've never tripped. I don't usually go to concerts anymore. Not my favorite thing to do. I have a few concerts lined up in March actually. I'm going to see, does anybody know who Frank Moody is? Not like the most popular, definitely not mainstream band, but I like their music quite a bit. I'm going to see them March 6th at the Wiltern here in LA. And they're from London. They got some really, really good songs, like kind of like funky music. Some of their songs, like the lyrics, I wouldn't say are like the most interesting, but like the beat that they give you, really, really good. If you wanted to look it up, I'm sure the copyright flag will hit if I play it myself, so I'm not going to do that. But if you want to pull up another tab and put in like who's our pick here? You know what? Fuck it. I'm probably going to really regret this, but yeah, let's do it. We're at the 9 slot. I only like to do this from the 6. The 6 or 7 I think is really the place to be for this strategy. But even out of the 9, let's see how it goes. Let's go with a Cowboys stack. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens at the 9 and 18 and 16. The 9th and 16th pick. This side of the board is definitely where Dak Prescott usually lines up anyway, so um let's rip it. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to see Frank Moody. If you want to get a vibe for what they're like, in another tab, search Frank Moody Big Cheese. Love that song. Or Frank Moody Here Comes the Drop. Or Into the Ether. They got some bangers, man. Like I really like their vibe. Especially when I was like driving Uber, I would just turn on one of their albums, and very few like passengers I've driven around like even know who they are. But usually always good positive feedback. People, not everyone loves them, I would say, but in general, most people are into it. And then some people are also like, "Who is this?" Like some people really are like, "Oh, I've never heard of them." But this is besides the point. What? Why? Oh yeah, I'm going to see them in concert March 6th in LA. I'm excited. Oh, no worries, Green Bean. No worries at all. Thank you for hitting the number one on the hype points, whatever the XP thing is. Dope. Yo, if I close my eyes, I see a lot of other shit that y'all have no idea. But um uh no, I have not stopped for a smoke break today. I do not have any flour on me. We're just straight up shrooming. But this is definitely my last draft. I don't think I want to be peaking and also streaming. But if Brees somehow makes it to us, that's definitely the pick. But odds are I'm going to go like Kyron Williams. Odds are no, Brees goes to Trev. So need a little bit of a. Nah, I doubt that team at 8 is going to triple up on running back. Odds are I'm taking Kyron. I've been trying to get a little bit more Kyron. Damn it, fucking Jasper. Fuck. Of course. That's why I don't like to do this out of the 9. Shit. Oh, I might hate this team. I might really, really hate this team. But I suppose we could go ETN. Nah, I'm gonna take Lad. We just took T. Higgins. He's a perfectly fine selection here, but I don't have much Lad. I definitely don't want to get buried with no Lad McConkey. And we got Mike McDaniel coming in. So an excuse to take a Charger and then Herbert later. Sign me up. But yeah, I'll go Lad McConkey there. Maybe I get ETN to circle back. If we do, I'm definitely taking ETN. But I imagine low-key sauced. Yo, I'm low-key sauced right now. I am low-key flying. Perfect encapsulation of how we're feeling right now. the the zoom was very satisfying. Ah, fuck. Shit. F it. We're going in. 0 RB for the win. Honestly, I haven't been hating my 0 RB builds at all. Like there's some names that I'm pretty comfortable with taking later. But whoops. Sorry. I think that's the size I would like it to be. Yeah, there we go. Yo, anytime someone I was building a building. I mean, that's the only way to build it. You have to be building a building. That's the only way it can get built. But like just just that like combination of like verb, noun being the same word, like English is funny. Um I built a building out of Starburst the first time I did shrooms. Then my buddy knocked it over and I was sad for all the people inside who died. He burst your bubble? He burst your building out of Starburst? Is the draft board all wavy? No, there's just like kind of like a honeycomb kaleidoscope thing that goes on for me. Um, but it really helps when I'm looking in like a different. Once I close my eyes, it's all there. So like really looking at the board diminishes a lot of its effects. Not gonna lie. Nobody chose DMT. I think with the poll has been running long enough. I want to know the full results of the poll. Um, Let me close the poll. We had 22 votes, 59% for the shrooms, 27% said LSD, 14% said just edible weed. Nobody said DMT. I'm surprised DMT did not get a single vote. Maybe you just haven't taken DMT. I've had synthetic DMT, so I guess technically I haven't had DMT either. But damn, that shit was strong. It doesn't last very long. Holy shit, the visuals on that are insane. That shit is no joke. But please, Dane, let me have my guy. Fuck yes. Thank God. This is, I mean, maybe I should take Quinchon for the sake of it, but I'm just gonna stick to my rankings. I believe DeAndre Swift is being slept on. I think Swift is really the safest running back pick once Kyron goes. Um, ETN's interesting, but like um all the variables of free agency. Scott said just listen to Frank Moody's Big Cheese. It would be perfect background. Dude, I've wanted to do it, but like anytime I've tried to put music in, I get flagged instantly from like policy strikes. Like I don't know if I'm just doing it wrong, I'm picking the wrong music, or just like I don't I don't get it. YouTube is just sucks for that purpose, but like dude, I if I could, I would just have Frank Moody on like repeat as background music. Their shit is fire, especially when there's like no lyrics and stuff. Um, Really good background music, but don't think I'm gonna take. Actually, yeah, I should probably. We did not get running back to circle back. That would have been nice, but not surprised at all. I'm not gonna take Ramondre. You know what? Yeah, let's just take Drake May. I don't take a ton of Drake May, and one I was shitting on him as a bad pick when he was going in the fourth round. When he was going as the QB2 over Lamar, who I don't know if he's fully deserving of the QB2 either. Um, but when Drake May was a late fourth rounder, I fucking hated it. In the fifth, I thought it was a little bit overpriced, but I was getting a little bit more on board. Now that he's officially a 6th round pick, I'm fine with Drake May. I'm perfectly fine taking Drake May here. And we have such elite wide receivers. Like maybe I should have just taken Justin Herbert, but Herbert is not a 6th round pick anymore. Herbert's a clear 7th round pick. So in the next round, we're either going Herbert, but we should be taking Dak. Really, I should be taking Dak Prescott. But I've also seen Dak circle back to the 8th round as well. So maybe I'm gonna go triple QB, and then obviously we're just done for the rest of the draft. Jamie, that would be pretty dope. Jamie. How do you make the music? Is it AI? Don't tell me it's all AI. If it's all AI, I'm gonna be disappointed. Um. Oh right, fuck. I changed the settings. Sorry, your live chats have left me. In order to close the poll, I have to exit out of the it's called a pop-out chat window, and then I have a filter on it. So apologies if there we go. Now it's back. I don't remember what I was about to apologize for, but that's the thing with shrooms, like you'll have moments where like you're like, I don't feel this shit at all. And then give it like 5-10 minutes and like your whole fucking face is melting. Like just another wave comes in. Um if Dane leaves me Herbert here, I'll take Herbert. And then just he goes Mahomes. I'll probably get screwed out of this, but give me Herbert with Ladd. I honestly wish I didn't take Drake May there. I kind of wish I just took another, like I took Mike Evans or someone. But that's the thing about round 6. Round 6, if you're not drafting quarterback, fucking sucks. Like round 6 feels gross. Sutton, I don't know. At least compared to Luther Burden, Sutton has a better price, but Burden scares me at this stage. I like Mike Evans, but I've been taking him almost way too much. Yeah, that team with Javonte goes Dak. That's fair. They don't have quarterback yet. That's fine. I really should pass on QJ here. I should really take Tony Pollard. But I'm hoping this team Calapidou. Oh, is that who I think it is? Oh, okay. Uh, we just took Kraft on the last team. Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna take Tucker Kraft. All right, so at least the Drake May selection isn't as bad, but I wish I had Herbert and Dak Prescott on this team. The Drake May click feels just like a kind of random and unnecessary. Green bean, I tried DMT without realizing it. My old neighbor lied and told me they were just hitting weed resin in the bowl, so I hit it. Then they told me, but it didn't do anything to me. And it must not have been DMT. Acid was neat, but it lasted too long, and I was sore from being tense most of the time, like grinding my teeth, so my jaw was worn out. Yeah. 10 to 12 hours, I'm going to pass on that. Like, that's the thing I love about shrooms. It's like just a very reliable 6 hours, and like really hour 1 isn't, it takes a while to come in. But hour 2 and hour 3 are just like so strong and so reliable and like so blissful sometimes. Like shrooms is really the way. And also like I'm a little averse to like taking stuff that's made in a lab. Like I'm sure it's fine, but like give me something that comes out of the ground. Like that's my connection to weed and shrooms. Like those are definitely my two favorites by far. And I like that they're both just natural compounds, but like cocaine is also natural, but I don't like cocaine. I've had a bad experience with cocaine. Albie stepped away for it and see that Adam is left tiger mode and went straight into dark mode. We're still in the tiger costume. We just took off the hood, but right. um, I put all the elements together, like vocals, drums, 808s. I create the intro hook for, then make the melody chords. Who does the lyrics? You do all of the lyrics on all those songs yourself, bro? Damn, that's impressive, man. How do you have the time for all this shit? Because you churn that shit out fast. Wow, Pollard, my bad. Dane's not passing on Pollard, but even Corum here, I'm fine with. Goes Corum. Yeah, I'm definitely taking Tony Pollard at pick 105. Holy shit! So glad I took Tucker Kraft. Wow, Pollard at 105. Gotcha. I agree. Jamie's very impressive. I am actually really liking that I zagged on this team. Went with the zero RB approach with Swift as our number one, Pollard as our number two. I have a legit combo there. Like Pollard just needed touchdowns last year. He could not find the end zone to save his fucking life. But Pollard was like, there was a stretch there, especially when Tajay was out. Pollard was averaging like 95 yards a game. Pollard is not washed at all. He's getting a little bit older, but he's not someone to sleep on at all. I can't really believe he fell to 105. I'm happy to take it, but genuinely shocked. I'm going to pull up Emmett Johnson. I don't think he'll circle back. Damn. What a value on Tony Pollard. Glad this is a big board. Okay. A reminder, here's the full team. We took CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Ladd McConkey, Devontae Adams in the first 4 rounds. You're not going to beat that receiver room. You're not going to do better than that. DeAndre Swift as our RB1. Drake May, Justin Herbert. Kind of wish Drake May was just Dak Prescott, but whatever. Tucker Kraft, one of my favorite clicks on the board at tight end. Tony Pollard at 105. Such a good value. And then Emmett Johnson at the 112. Am I missing some news on Tony Pollard or something? Like, not images, but yo, in case you didn't know, if you type in -AI after a Google search, you don't get that bullshit AI thing. There was an article 6 days ago. Frustrating Titans draft pick could be, huh? The general expectation is that veteran Tony Pollard could be released from his contract. Interesting. That would suck. But he played pretty well. At the very least, just a big discount from his typical price compared to the rest of the contest. Everybody else is drafting Pollard in the 8th round. This is not a combo that you'll see too often. So, at least from that standpoint, I'm fine. But if he does get cut, that's going to be a bummer. Okay. Shuck Darnold off the board. I'll plan for like Kayshon Boutte to be like my 5th, but we're still kind of behind at running back, so that's the plan. I really like the running backs in this range of the draft. Well, Kyler goes. Man, Kyler's been moving up the board. I'm still out on Kyler. I'm not a believer. Yeah, I'll just take Kenny G. I'm starting to get an uncomfortable, maybe not that far. I'm starting to get a lot of Kenny Gainwell. So, one of my favorite clicks in this range. Like Emmett Johnson, Kenny Gainwell in rounds 10, 11, I think are really, really sound picks. Very legit clicks. Casey Concepcion goes at 131. A team with Dak goes Jake Ferguson, James Conner, right? The back stack with Ferg. Goddard is there. Do I like my running back room enough to take Goddard here? Nah, I'm just gonna take Dobbins. The running back room is pretty good, honestly. Like, considering passing, I did pass entirely in those first 3-4 rounds. To have Swift, Pollard, Emmett Johnson, Kenny Gainwell, and J.K. Dobbins, a little green log, rounds 9 through 12. I think that's the way to do it. Like, if you're gonna ignore running back for at the top of the board, I think this is the way to go about it. I used to record my own songs like 12 years ago on a soundboard and guitar, then just digitally add in everything else. After my friend died, I stopped. R.I.P. Sad to hear that, but that's dope, man. I am not a musical person. I'm like musically challenged. I've just never invested the time into like learning an instrument. I'm sure if I like really devoted myself to it, I could figure it out, but it was not my artistic expression of choice. I'm more drawn to like acting and filmmaking, but respect. Damn, Kayshawn goes a 147. I've seen Kayshawn fall so many times. The plan was to take Kayshawn with Drake May, so not today. Not today. Kamara, Jordan Mason. I think at this stage of the game, I should probably be getting back in on receiver soon. Like, this is a team I don't think I need more than 7, but I also don't want to fully ignore it for a while. There's, like, really good receivers in the next coming range, so. Damn, I want to jail McMillan. In that case, I guess I'll just go Hunter Henry. The teams behind me only have one tight end as well. Yeah, I'll just go Hunter Henry. Could justify Pat Bryant, but those 4 receivers are just so strong. It's not like I'm going to be expecting a shit ton of contributions from them, but this is an interesting team. I can't say I have many builds like this where we're in round 14, essentially, and I only have 4 receivers, but like we started with such a heavy commitment. Got to ignore it for a while. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Lad McConkey, Devontae Adams, DeAndre Swift in the 5th. Then Drake May, Justin Herbert. Really wish Drake May was Dak Prescott, but wasn't going to reach on him that high. Tucker Kraft, Tony Pollard, Emmett Johnson, Kenny Gainwell, J.K. Dobbins, and now Hunter Henry to complete the Drake May stack. Rashad goes. Rashad was the only one I was like very tempted in, but Pat Bryant's still on the board. Pat Bryant, a click I like. And then we're definitely not taking Braylon again. Yeah, I'll just go Pat Bryant. Too soon for Trey Harris, but definitely a fine selection with Herbo. With Herbert, we could definitely go Trey Harris in the next turn. But not going to take him here when Pat Bryant is falling a little bit. But what are some good Frank Moody songs to listen to? One of my favorites is Here Comes the Drop. Big Cheese, I also like quite a bit. Some of their early stuff was also really dope. Like Dopamine. Fucking love Dopamine. That song's probably like... I'm sure you've probably heard Dopamine before. Most people have heard Dopamine. I'm drawing a little bit of a blank, but Into the Ether I also like. That's more recent. The like mini album they released like this last year, it was good. I wouldn't say it was like their best work. But some of their early stuff I'd highly recommend, and then the album they released back in like 2022, I want to say, was really really good. Maybe 23. Um Dream in Color is a very good album. Into the Ether was 2022. That's a really good album. House of FM is interesting, but kind of short. Some of their EPs are really nice. And then Dance Moves has some fucking bangers as well. 2018, their like debut album, I believe. Uh, but like sometimes that's just also not people's vibe, you know? Like sometimes it's you don't it's almost like music that you could easily dance to. But not every song requires that level of commitment. Yeah, man, Jamie's got some talent. I I gotta make that edit I told you I was gonna do because there's definitely like snippets of that song I would like to incorporate. Yeah, appreciate you sending me those songs. Need to return the favor and find a way to get it on the channel. Is this a Tank Dell team? I don't think so. Don't think so. I think I'm just gonna get ahead of it a little bit and to just take Trey Harris here. I like Chimera DK, but I have a lot of him. Um, yeah, just let me take Trey Harris before he gets sniped. Probably gonna have a bit of a breakout coming. I don't think they're gonna bring back Keenan Allen. I don't think so. Once Keenan went over 10,000 yards in his Chargers career, the man kind of checked out a little bit. Like, not entirely. I don't want to shit on him too much, but like he was not the same guy after he crossed that threshold. Man, again, maybe my VPN is just fucking with that website a little too much, but it's loading almost every fucking time. Yeah, the game against the Colts is when he set that record. I was at the game. He went over 10,000 career yards with the team. Damn, Tank Bigsby. Fuck. That's my boy. Low-key sauced. Low-key pissing me off. But that's fine. We'll pivot to Brian Robinson. All right. So 2-6-6-2 so far with Drake May, Justin Herbert, DeAndre Swift, Tony Pollard, Emmett Johnson, Kenny Gainwell, J.K. Dobbins, and Brian Robinson. I'm hopeful that Brian Robinson just stays with the Niners. I think if he just remains McCaffrey's backup, that's like best case scenario. I don't think he's going to get like a starting job anywhere. It's possible. You never know. I don't want to rule it out, but that'd be sweet. But if he just stays with the Niners and he is the handcuff to CMC, he would literally move up ahead of like Trey Benson. I'd rather have Brian Robinson in best ball for the upside if he was CMC's handcuff than Trey Benson. That's my take. So currently a very good pick. Also might not return to the Niners at all. Could be a terrible investment. But from a talent standpoint, I feel more confident in him than Joe Mixon right now. I'm not clicking Joe Mixon at all. I'd rather take the swing that I'm getting the Niners handcuff than Dylan Sampson, the Browns handcuff. I also love Tank Bigsby. The plan was really to go Tank Bigsby, but we got sniped by low-key sauced. Looks like our viewers just dropped, so somebody else must have gone live. That's what I'm assuming just happened. But in case you haven't, hit that like button. Subscribe if you've enjoyed the stream. And I'm definitely not doing another draft after this. We're definitely leaving after our next 4 rounds. So if you would like a team review, drop it in the chat. I'd be happy to give you my thoughts. I'll probably take a look at it before the draft is over, because once I make my final click, I think I'm going to say goodbye like instantly. I think I want to just dip out. I got to call my girlfriend and talk about some stuff. We need a receiver. So I have a lot of Chimera DK, but I could see Elik Ayamanor be a good selection. I think I'm going to just stick with 2 quarterbacks for now. Yeah, I'll go Elik Ayamanor. Not going to take Ryan Flournoy on a team with Lamb and Pickens. Fanspeak is live. Right, that makes a lot of sense. I saw Who Hames with Steve-O Speak earlier and subscribed to his channel. So maybe I'll have that on in the background after I finish this draft. We're almost done. A full team review for my roster is probably warranted soon. But do I have 7 receivers now? I think I'm going to stop at 7 receivers. I think we're done with these 7. Maybe I should have gone with a rookie. But Brissett at 208 maybe is the move. I don't have a lot of Jacoby Brissett, and he is under contract with the Cardinals. Fuck it. Just for the exposure. I don't have a lot of him, but I should probably take him every now and then. Because he was getting that offense moving. Like, you know, he has no like upside. I'm sure the Cardinals fan base would be kind of disappointed if he was their guy. But look, the man fucking slings it. That offense was much better with him under center than it was with Kyler last year. So, yeah, let's mix him in here. But I could easily see him be a 0. Just never do anything if he's a backup to... I guess there's not that many options of like who he would end up backing up. Like, what's their cap space looking like? That's a weird team to project. Over the cap. Show me. The Cardinals actually have $39 million in cap space. Interesting. I don't know what the difference between cap space and effective cap space is. That kind of doesn't make sense to me. But I don't think they're going to be bringing in like a really competitive quarterback other than Brissett. Like, I could see them maybe bring in Malik Willis, assuming they, you know, do move off of Kyler. But I could also see them just also have Kyler back there again. That's unlikely, but it's possible. Anyways, Brissett was good enough last year where he has that like 20, 30 point upside. I'll mix him in on this team, but in general, I don't click him very often. We got a really good price. So here's the full team, how it went. We got CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Ladd McConkey, Devontae Adams, DeAndre Swift, Drake May, Justin Herbert, Tucker Kraft, Tony Pollard. Man, that Tony Pollard value was fucking awesome. Emmett Johnson, Kenny Gainwell, J.K. Dobbins, Hunter Henry, Pat Bryant, Trey Harris, Brian Robinson Jr., Elik Ayamanor, and now Jacoby Brissett. Pretty solid team given how it started. Like, I thought I was going to hate it when we didn't get Kyron Williams, and honestly, I think I landed the plane pretty well. But we only have 2 tight ends, can definitely take another one. The teams behind me also only have 2 tight ends as well, so I'll probably just grab one here, get ahead of them. Don't need wide receiver. It's between running back and tight end with these last 2 picks, 100%. Yeah, I'll go Freiermuth. My preferred selection in this range. Should probably be going like 4 rounds earlier. I think I'd rather have Freiermuth than Cade Otton for sure. Maybe not for sure, but most likely Kate Otten is a much worse selection than Freiermuth right now. TJ Hawkinson probably not going to live up to the value. AJ Barner I still think is kind of living off some of the Super Bowl price. Like, he's okay, but Kate Otten has definitely spiked before, but he's a free agent. He might not return to the Bucks. And then last year only had 1 touchdown. Probably going to regress to the mean. Ooh, Ford goes. Ford's an interesting click. Running back is definitely the way with this last one. Could go Ollie Gordon. Could go LeQuint. Could go Chris Rodriguez. But I've actually been trying to take a little bit of DJ Giddens lately. I feel like I've ignored DJ Giddens a little too much. If, I mean, it's kind of a big if, but if Jonathan Taylor gets hurt, DJ Giddens can really perform well. Jerome Ford, I should take him a little bit. I could see Jerome Ford be the handcuff to Bijan. I could see Jerome Ford just follow Kevin Stefanski, assuming they move off of Algier. I could see Jerome Ford in Atlanta. That would be an interesting spot for him. But nobody in this lobby requested a team review. I recognize at least the name Kalapadu. Otherwise, I don't recognize too many folks. At least I don't think you were drafting with me. Yeah. So maybe we don't have anyone really watching in this lobby. But appreciate it, Pepper Tony. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this trip. Good night, everyone. Thank y'all. Thank you, Jamie. Yet again. I literally. Oh, Kate Otten, I think is who we're talking about. Yeah. Only 1 touchdown, sadly, but the targets were there. There was a path for Kate Otten. It just didn't work out because the touchdowns just never hit. But yeah, that's it. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.